Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda Marsalis. Welcome to Heard It on the Shark. I'll be your show host, and Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area is your show sponsor. Heard It on the Shark is a weekly interview show that airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Shark 102.3 FM radio station based in Ripley, Mississippi. Then it's released as a podcast on all the major podcast platforms. You'll hear interviews with the movers and shakers in North Mississippi who are making things happen. I'll talk to entrepreneurs, leaders of business, medicine, education, and the people behind all the amazing things happening in North Mississippi. When people ask you, how did you know about that? You'll say, I heard it on the Shark. Heard It on the Shark is brought to you by the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area. We want you to get out and discover the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of the Mississippi Hills that are right in your backyard. And of course, we want you to take the Shark 102.3 FM along for the ride. Musical credit belongs to Hill Country Blues guitar legend Gary Burnside and the late great Buddy Grisham, playing Long Way Home from their album Acoustic Brothers, which was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Hey, Shark fans, it's Melinda with another episode of Heard It on the Shark. And today in Sun Bear Studio, I have Mr. Jeff Pipkin, who is an alderman at the town of Blue Mountain. Jeff, thanks for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, Jeff, you're a hard man to catch. You're busy.
I try to be, you know. I think the more busy you are, the less time you have to get into trouble, I guess. So my wife appreciates my busyness.
I bet she does. And you're a nurse practitioner by trade, right?
That's correct.
Okay, but you're an alderman for the town of Blue Mountain.
I am. Just reelected June 3rd, so this will be going into my 5th term, so we're excited about what's going on at Blue Mountain.
What's the population of Blue Mountain?
It's about 900,
Okay,
roughly.
The reason I ask you that is I knew it was small. The school is one of the smallest in the state.
It is.
But, man, Blue Mountain packs a punch to be so small. The school is amazing. Of course, the college is amazing. And the town is amazing. And one of the great things that you guys do is Fire on the Mountain.
That is our calling card, so to speak, Fire on the Mountain.
It is. You guys have done our bluegrass show a couple of times in the fall, and it's growing and good. But you're right. By far, Fire on the Mountain is your big deal all year long.
It is. It's something that we actually plan for all year long. Once we get done with Fire on the Mountain this time, the next Alderman meeting, we will start planning on the next one. What are we going to do for it, And it's always something that keeps us involved, with the park being down there. It's such a great location. It's a good park. People go down there all the time, and we appreciate people going down there and enjoying our park. That's why we have it. But it's one of the best locations around, and we're just thankful that we had an idea several years ago, 14 years ago, actually. This will be our 14th year.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for those who just somehow have not heard of Fire on the Mountain, it's your patriotic event, your 4th of July thing that you do. It ends in a fireworks show.
Yeah, a big fireworks show. That's people say they come to hear the singing, and I'm glad they do, but I know they really come to see the fireworks show. It's one of the best around. It's about a 17, 18-minute long fireworks show. We have music playing over the speakers, and people just love it. It's close. We do the fireworks right behind City Hall, and we're at the park that's right on the other side, so they look like they're exploding right above you, and that's what people really, really like about it. So they're close, and it's just a really, really good time.
Let's talk about the music. Give me a rundown of your lineup.
Opening up at 5 o'clock at Blue Mountain, it's going to be Stanley Roth's band, the Mississippi Band. From day one, the first call I made when we did this 14 years ago was to Stanley. And I said, hey, we're planning on having a festival. We need bands, and I thought of you first. And he right away said, absolutely, we'll be there. And for 14 years, he's always said, absolutely, we'll be there. So they're coming on at 5 o'clock. After that, at 6:15 will be the PIP Project. I kind of put the PIP, I guess, in PIP Project, but it's a group of guys and a girl that we've played with for years and years. And Stanley and them do a little classic rock. They do more classic country, so we come in and we do a little little country, but we do more classic rock, so we try to mix it up that way. Then at 7:45 for the last 2 years, we've had Dawson Horn, who just won the youth talent competition at Tupelo, the Elvis Festival. He won that as the best youth Elvis tribute artist, and fantastic. If you've never heard him, he's worth coming to Fire on the Mountain just to hear Dawson Horn. I can promise you, he is fantastic. And this year, the Pit Project's going to be backing him, so he's going to have a live band with him, and he's going to be doing all of the Elvis favorites. And then coming on at 8:30, headlining will be Lifeline Quartet. Brock White, who used to be with Paid in Full, left a few years ago and started a quartet that is their Southern Gospel Quartet, and they are booking up like crazy. We're very, very lucky and fortunate to have them this year, and they're phenomenal. They're one of the best Southern Gospel quartets I've ever heard, and people are going to really, really enjoy them. Then at about 9:45, we finish it up literally with a bang. We do the fireworks show from about 9:45 to a little after 10 o'clock. And we have 40 vendors this year. We've had to cut off vendors. We've had so many. We've never filled the park with vendors before. This is the first time we've ever had a full park full of vendors. And we're just super excited about that. But it's a great time. Usually we have 3,000 or 4,000 people come out in a town of 900. That's pretty incredible.
It's amazing. Should people bring their lawn chairs?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, it's in the park. It's grass. It has playground equipment for the kids. We just purchased that a few years ago. State-of-the-art playground equipment. The kids love it. The moms and dads and grandparents and great-grandparents and whoever else comes, get your lawn chair, bring it out. People will be scattered throughout the entire park. We'll pack it out, I hope. And it's just a good day to celebrate America, have good fun, good food. Vendors there that's got everything from Cajun to catfish to hot dogs to there's free watermelon, free water, there's snow cones, ice cream, you name it, and it's down there to eat. And it's just a fantastic time.
I know we had so much fun broadcasting live from the Shark last year from 5 to 7, and we're doing it again this year. And I made a tour around your vendor. You had a lot of vendors last year.
We did.
And I toured around them on a Facebook Live, and I asked everybody if they took card or cash, and a lot of the vendors take both. So you don't have to have a lot of cash.
You don't, and that's the thing that we tell them. A lot of the people there will have cards, and most of the vendors now have card access. It's just easy to swipe your card and give it to them there. But
okay. And now, Jeff, out of all these details we've been talking about, I don't think we ever said the date. So, Jeff, tell me the date of Fire on the Mountain.
Yeah, that will be handy for everyone to know. That is this Saturday, June the 28th, starting at 5 o'clock p.m. at the Blue Mountain Walking Track / City Park.
Where do you tell people to park?
You park. The great thing about this is a few years ago, the property right next to it, there's a big open field, huge open field, 3-acre field, and we purchased that. The town of Blue Mountain purchased it just for parking for people. So we mow that. You go right past the park. If you're on Highway 15, you take Highway 2 like you're going to Hickory Flat, and you'll see parking signs. You just take your right, go right past the park, take a right in the parking lot, walk into the park, and you're there. Easy to get into, easy to get out of.
Okay, Jeff, I really appreciate all that y'all do because you are such a small town and this is such a huge event, and I know that it takes a whole lot of work on y'all's part to get it done, but you do, and it's fun.
Well, it is a lot of work, but at the end of the day, when you sit there and you look at that park full of people and the kids having fun and the music going and the fireworks, it's a blessing to us to be able to have it. And thank you for coming out and supporting us. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'm going to bring lots of money because I want to eat a little bit of everything they have.
Everything. There you go. Like a buffet.
Hey, would you let me play the triangle in the Pit Project?
You can play anything you want to play. I'll let you sing.
All right. Now, Shark fans, y'all have heard him say that, so
hold me to it.
Look forward to seeing
hold
that.
Hold me to it.
All right, Jeff. Thanks so much for coming into the studio today.
All right. Thanks, Melinda. Look forward to seeing everyone there.
Shark fans, that's it for this edition of Heard It on the Shark. You can tune in every Tuesday at 11 to find out what's going on from other local community leaders. If you have a question, a comment, or a suggestion for an interview, or if you want access to this interview, you can go to our website, shark1023.com, and click on the podcast tab. Keep it tuned to the Shark 1023 and have a great rest of the day.
The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area was established by the United States Congress in 2009 and represents a distinctive cultural landscape shaped by the dynamic intersection of Appalachian and Delta cultures. This intersection has produced a powerful concentration of nationally significant cultural icons, including King of Rock and Roll Elvis Presley, First Lady of Country Music Tammy Wynette, blues legend Howlin' Wolf, civil rights icons Ida B. Wells Barnett and James Meredith, America's favorite playwright Tennessee Williams, and Nobel laureate William Faulkner. The stories of the Mississippi Hills are many and powerful, from music and literature to Native American and African American heritage to the Civil War. The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area supports the local institutions that preserve and share Northeast Mississippi's rich heritage. Begin your discovery of the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of our region by visiting the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area online at mississipphills.org.
This show is made possible by JC Media, LLC in Ripley, Mississippi. JC Media owns the Shark 102.3 Classic Rock FM radio station where the show is hosted, and Sun Bear Recording Studio where the interviews are recorded. We need your feedback and support. If you listen to the podcast on a player like iTunes, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music, please subscribe to the show and leave us a review. We also have an email in which you can share your feedback. That email is theshark1023@gmail.com. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app or stream episodes online at shark1023.com/podcasts. Today's episode was produced by Melinda Marsalis. It was edited by Rick Williams and engineered by Chris Marsalis. The podcast technician is Joyce Grady.